here.
Okay, top 5 coaches that better win this season. I mean, if that's what you want, that's what I'll give you. They better win this season.
You're threatening them.
Yes.
Like that, when you say they better, that's more than have to.
Totally fair. I'm good with that.
Number 5.
Mike McCarthy. He's got to win right away.
Strong list. Strong list.
Might be low.
That's number
depending
5.
on what's the
Prescott
list.
needs to do it right now.
Sean Payton's out there waiting to take his job.
Yeah. He's got to win right now, Dan.
That's different than better win right now.
That's my list, you know.
But which list is it?
You got to win this season.
That's not what the list is. Better win this season is a threat. Number 4.
Kevin Stefanski.
I mean,
McCarthy should have been higher.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, Stefanski's going to have to better do it with Jacoby Brissett, it might seem.
Yeah, well, it's my list.
Number 3.
Robert Saleh.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
very early in the life cycle.
No, as Mike pointed out earlier, there is a ton of talent. You have Zach Wilson.
I did point out earlier that there was a ton of talent.
A ton of talent. You have Zach Wilson. You drafted him. You drafted him very high in the draft, a lot higher than other people would have drafted him. Plus, you've surrounded him now with a ton of talent. And you're in a pretty bad division. You have the Bills and no one else, really. We think the Dolphins might be good. We think the Patriots might be good. The Jets have an opportunity, and Saleh needs to do it this season.
They're the worst team in the division.
That's not true. You don't know that. They're talented.
Put it on the poll, please, Roy. Do the Jets have a ton of
By the way, the Patriots plus 500 to win the division, the Jets plus 2,200 to win the division.
Expectations. I mean, how about that?
Not bad.
They're the worst team in the division, and you don't have a quarterback. I don't know what you're doing.
Saleh needs to win right now, Dan. That is a very talented team, okay? And maybe he's a system quarterback.
Needs to win right now.
He needs to. Dan, I'm telling you right now, Woody Johnson going to fire him.
Better win this season.
Well,
needs to win right now is the quarterback category.
List, yeah.
But I know it's your list, but they're two different lists. They're both your lists, and you keep confusing the lists.
You don't think Saleh's going to get fired if he doesn't make the playoffs? You think he's going to get the 3 years? You think Jet fans are that patient? You think Woody Johnson's that patient? Did he look patient when he was leading the Jet fans at training camp in the JETS Jet year? He has major expectations this year. Needs to win this season.
Number 2.
Matt Rule.
Oh, that one's good. Yeah.
I am so tired of Matt Rule, the quarterback whisperer of the Carolina Panthers. He's so good that he has 3 quarterbacks. How about you make one of them good? He hasn't made any of them good. Sam Darnold's not good. He drafted Matt Corral. Now he has Baker Mayfield, who I'm rooting for, by the way. I want Baker to have a big year. But Matt Rule came in. He could have selected any job. He's the hot college coach. It's been 2 seasons. He's done nothing except draft quarterbacks and ruin quarterbacks. Do me a favor. Win now. How about that?
Stu, he's actually not drafted quarterbacks, and that's been half their problem. They keep getting old guys and just bringing them in like, oh, we'll just fix him, and they just never draft anybody.
Because he's not a whisperer. That's the deal. You better start whispering now.
Was he ever suggested to be a quarterback whisperer?
Yeah,
Matt
he was.
Rule?
Yes, he was.
At Baylor and
At Temple?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Who's the quarterback there?
Look it up.
Okay, there it is. Boom. What are you going to do with that, Tony? How about you just eat some, look it up.
Yeah,
you got to look
I
it up.
believe P.J. Walker was a quarterback at Temple.
Just Google Matt Rule quarterback whisperer.
I don't think very much is going to come up, except one internet search that reveals that you have all the words, and it says Matt Rule is not a quarterback whisperer. Is the only thing you will find on the whole of the internet.
Well, we'll see.
Is he got a 6-year deal, right, Matt Rule? And this is his 2nd year, and Stugotz has announced it. He's number 2 on coaches who better win this season, behind only.
Wait, did you see what Matt Rule did at practice?
This is Matt Rule's 3rd season, correct?
Yeah,
right? Yes.
But he's taking control over a team. Hollywood Higgins and Baker Mayfield, a lot of people may remember their tandem over in Cleveland. They're now in Carolina. Baker threw a deep touchdown pass to Hollywood Higgins, and they rolled out the red carpet and finger photo snapping celebration that they did in Cleveland so often. Matt Rule was having none of it. Everybody did laps. You know why? Because he better win this year.
Exactly.
First Google search comes out to a link from September 7th of 2021 when I put in Matt Rule quarterback whisper. It said, Panthers can be a sleeping giant if Matt Rule saves Sam Darnold.
See? There you go.
Somebody wrote a sentence on the internet. There you go. You looked it up.
A year ago.
Mm-hmm. Number 1.
Works for me. Brandon Staley. No, What do you mean? He has.
I love this.
Thank you. He has the most talented quarterback perhaps in the game. Okay. And first 2 seasons has not made the playoffs. Now, the quarterback only played last season, but he still hasn't made the playoffs with a talented quarterback and a very good team. He's Mr. Go for it on 4th down. Okay, he does it way too much, way too often. You know what, Dan? There's a time and a place for it. There's also a time and a place for a good punt, okay? And Brandon Staley hasn't learned that yet. He has the talent. He has the quarterback. He has to win this season.
Single-handedly cost him the playoffs last year by not playing for the tie.
Go ahead. Cost him the playoffs again and see what happens. I mean, he's gone.
What are you shaking your head about, Roy?
We should put that on the poll. Is there a time and a place for a good punt?
There is. There really is. Field position. It's a game of field position.
It's all about real estate acquisition. That is a game.
Thank you. I made a mistake with Salah. I feel bad about it. I did. I've never done this before, but I have the names jumbled up, and I was trying. I don't know how I mistook Robert Saleh for Frank Reich. Because Frank Reich was really the coach I was thinking of. He has to win right now. He has to win this season. No, he had his guy Carson Wentz. They're a talented team.
He throws the top 5 into all sorts of upheaval.
I don't know what happened.
You make the mistake. You just power through.
I wrote it down. I scratched someone out, and I read the wrong name. Look, read it. You'll see what happened. You'll see.
It's your list, though.
The audience.
I know.
But
sometimes I write down names, and then I think of a guy later, and I scratched out the wrong name, and it's Frank Reich. He had Carson Wentz. That was his guy a year ago. He did nothing. Now he has Matt Ryan, Matty Ice. They're a very talented team in a pretty bad division. In fact, a lousy division, because the Jaguars are no good, the Texans are no good, and Frank Reich is supposed to be this great head coach. He's number 3 on the list. Robert Saleh, congratulations. You have another year, okay?
Let me just go over real quick just how sloppy all of this was, because it's somehow sloppier on what he's written down. We will get to top 5 quarterbacks who need to do it right now in a second.
I think since 2018, the Colts have had a different starting quarterback for week 1 every year.
Well, how about you make one good? How about that? He got his guy, Carson Wentz. He wanted Carson Wentz because he coached Carson Wentz when he was in Philadelphia and had the big year. He got him last year, and Wentz was a disaster.
Everyone is raving about Matt Ryan.
Okay, but everyone was raving about Carson Wentz last year. I mean, and it's a lousy division, Mike.
Well, you guys,
the Colts have to make the playoffs.
Will you guys, please, somebody in the other room, is anyone fluent in Stugotz back there? Because this is what I've got of this list that he's written down that he's handed me, okay?
List, yeah.
It's number 5 is McCarthy, but then number 5, I see Kingsbury is there, and he's been scribbled out.
Yeah, you see what happens. That's what I'm telling you. Now, Kingsbury, debatable.
It's like a rough draft.
Number 4 is Stefanski, but Kyle something. It's S-H-A.
You were going to put Kyle Shanahan on
but
there?
it's not an S. It's a T. It's
I
Kyle.
pulled up on it.
No, he didn't even finish the last name. It's
Did you
3
think it was
letters.
Kyle Stefanski?
I realized that Shanahan's safe. Like, he's fine. He's been a Super Bowl. He's been in an NFC Championship game. He's okay.
But
he lost a lot of tuh.
Number 3, he does have a lot of tuh. Number 3 is Robert, and then it's S-E-L, and then off to the side is Melt R-U-E.
Yeah.
It's Melt R-U-E.
Mel Tucker at Michigan State?
I think it's Melt Rule. I think. I'm
Rule.
not sure. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
Number 3 is
have a
now
dyslexic
Staley.
friend.
Number 3 is Staley. Frank Reich is number 2 and is scribbled down, and number 1 is also Staley.
Mm-hmm. Yep, my list.
It checks out.
Checks out.